Hello everyone, welcome to the Lang Focus channel, and my name is Paul, and this is Mystery Languages. If you've seen one of these before, then you know how it goes. I'll play some audio of a language for you, or I'll show you a written sample of a language, and you can guess what language it is. And if you don't know what language it is, maybe you can guess what language family it belongs to, or what country it's spoken in, or anything like that. And similar to last time, today's samples were submitted by Lang Focus viewers on Instagram. So, let's get into the first language. Please listen.
A minha casa é moi fermosa. É amarela co teito vermello. Temos varios animais, 4 cães, un coello, unha tartaruga, 3 loros e un jato. O xardín está esfachicado pois os cães pasan facendo buratos no chao.
Now let's see that one more time with writing.
A miña casa é moi fermosa. É amarela co teito vermello. Temos varios animais, 4 cães, un coello, unha tartaruga, 3 loros e un jato. O xardín está esfachicado pois os cães pasan facendo buratos no chao.
Now, here are a few more written samples.
Quero mercar algunha roupa. Ela colleu un libro prestado da biblioteca. Non quero cear esta noite.
So, what language do you think it might be? The language is Galician. Galician is a member of the Ibero-Romance branch of the Romance language family. It's spoken by around 2.4 million people, mainly in Galicia, an autonomous community in northwestern Spain, which borders Portugal to the south. It's a sister language of Portuguese, with the two of them sharing a common ancestor in the 13th century. Some consider Portuguese and Galician to be two varieties of the same language, because they're closely related and traditionally formed a dialect continuum. But they do have two separate standard languages in their respective regions, and many people will insist that they are indeed independent languages. The sentences we saw have some features similar to Portuguese. For example, da, a contraction of de plus a, which would be de la in Spanish. But there are also some features that are specifically Galician. For example, this word, thear. This is a cognate of thenar in Spanish, and cenare in Italian. But in Galician, many nasal sounds have disappeared. There are numerous little phonological distinctions between Galician and both Spanish and Portuguese. Okay, on to the next language. Please listen.
Merisiga on näriline, kes kodustati Andides tänapäeva Boliivia, Ecuadori ja Peruu aladel umbes 7000 aastat tagasi. Neid kasutati seal liha saamiseks ja meelelahutuseks. Merisead elavad keskmiselt 8–10 aastaseks. Hispaania, Hollandi ja Inglise kaupmehed tõid merisigu Euroopasse üsna ruttu pärast Lõuna-Ameerika lääneranniku vallutamist.
Now let's look at a few sentences in writing.
Ma tahan osta riideid. Ta laenas raamatukogust. Ma ei söö täna õhtusööki.
So, what language could it be? The language is Estonian. Estonian is the official language of Estonia and is spoken by around 1.1 million native speakers, mainly in Estonia, but also by a minority in Latvia. It's a member of the Finnic branch of the Uralic language family. However, around 30% of its vocabulary is borrowed from other language families, like Germanic. It's closely related to Finnish, and more distantly related to Hungarian, and like both of them, it's a largely agglutinative language. When looking at the written samples, a hint that this might be Estonian is the vowel diacritics. These vowels with umlaut diacritics also exist in Finnish, but this vowel, an O with a tilde, is not used in Finnish. Another hint is that you see lots of doubled vowel letters to represent long vowels. And on to the next language. Please listen.
მისი ვიწრო ზოლადაა გაჭიმული მდინარე მტკვრის ორივე ნაპირის გასწვრივ და შეფენილია სამი მხრიდან მთებით შემოფარგლული ქვაბულის ფერდობებზე. მისი ძველი უბნები ქალაქის სამხრეთ ნაწილშია, ცხელ მინერალურ წყაროებთან, სადაც მე-4 საუკუნეში მდინარე მტკვრის ყველაზე ვიწრო ადგილზე აუგიათ ხიდი, ხოლო მარჯვენა ნაპირზე, თასა და მის კალთებზე ციტადელი.
Now we'll look at a few sentences in writing.
მე მინდა შევიძინო ტანსაცმელი. მან ბიბლიოთეკიდან წიგნი ითხოვა. მე არ ვივახშმებ ამ საღამოს.
So, what language could this possibly be? The language is Georgian. Georgian is the official language of Georgia, a country in the Caucasus region of Western Asia, adjacent to Eastern Europe. It's a member of the Kartvelian language family, an independent language family that is not related to the Indo-European family or any other language family as far as we know. Kartvelian is also part of the language group called the Caucasian languages because of its location in the Caucasus region. But the Caucasian languages are not actually a language family, but a regional grouping. Georgian is known for its rich phonology, in particular in its consonants. One feature is ejective consonants. Ejective consonants are glottalized, meaning that they are produced with the simultaneous injection of air from the glottal area. You do this by closing your glottis, which feels like you're holding your breath for a second, then you open the glottis with a burst of air while you produce the consonant. Listen to the first consonant of this word.
ტანსაცმელი.
And this one.
წიგნი.
Another feature is that it contains many consonant clusters.
ვივახშმებ. ტანსაცმელი.
Some of these can get quite long.
მწვრთნელი.
Another language. Please listen.
Біздің үйіміз үлкен және ыңғайлы. Үйде бірнеше бөлмелер бар. Үйдің бөлмелері кең, жарық және таза. Сондай-ақ үйімізде пайдалану мақсатына қарай қонақ бөлмеге, жатын бөлмеге, ас ішетін бөлмеге және жұмыс істейтін бөлмеге арналған жиһаздың бірнеше түрлері орналасқан.
Now here are the written samples.
Мен киім сатып алғым келеді. Ол кітапханадан кітап алды. Мен кешкі ас ішпеймін.
So what language do you think it might be? The language is Kazakh. Kazakh is a member of the Kipchak branch of the Turkic language family. It has around 15 million native speakers, the majority of them in Kazakhstan, where it's the official language. One feature of Kazakh, which is a feature of Turkic languages in general, is vowel harmony. Vowel harmony means that the presence of one vowel can determine the vowels that appear in subsequent syllables. In Kazakh, if the last vowel in a word stem is a back vowel, the vowels and suffixes must be back vowels as well. This is the word meaning writers, with the plural suffix at the end. Because the last vowel of the stem is a back vowel, the plural suffix has a back vowel too. If the first vowel of a word stem is a front vowel, then all the vowels that follow, both in the stem and in suffixes, must be front vowels. This is the word meaning ships. Because the first vowel of the word stem is a front vowel, the next vowel is a front vowel, and the plural suffix contains a front vowel too. Recent loanwords from other languages like Russian are an exception, and don't necessarily have vowel harmony. Okay, let's check one final language.
माझं घर 2 मजली आहे आणि माझी खोली दुसऱ्या मजलीवर आहे. तिकडे वेळ घालवायला खूप आवडतो. तिथे मी पुस्तक वाचतो, तिथे मी संगीत लिहितो, तिथे मी काम जे काय आहे मी तिथेच करतो. एक मोठा पलंग आहे, तिकडे खूपदा मी बसलेला असतो. आणि जे काय रोजचं काम असतं ते मी सगळं खोलीमध्ये करतो.
And now some written samples.
मला काही कपडे घ्यायचे आहेत. तिने ग्रंथालयामधून एक पुस्तक उसनं घेतलं. आज रात्री मी जेवणार नाही.
So what language do you think it is? The language is Marathi. Marathi is a language spoken in India, in the state of Maharashtra, and in parts of neighboring states and union territories. In terms of the number of native speakers, it's the third most spoken language, with close to 90 million people speaking it as a mother tongue. That's specifically within the borders of India. If we count Indo-Aryan languages in all locations, then Punjabi would be third, since many of its speakers are in Pakistan. Marathi is an Indo-Aryan language, however it's undergone significant influence of Dravidian languages, which is understandable when you see that it's spoken in areas adjacent to areas where Dravidian languages are spoken. Like all Indo-Aryan languages, a large amount of Marathi vocabulary developed from Sanskrit, but with different word forms, since it's had many centuries to diverge. But it also contains a large amount of words which were intentionally borrowed directly from Sanskrit and closely resemble the original Sanskrit words. These words are called tatsamas, and they are a preferred source of vocabulary in written Marathi and are also used to coin new technical words and the like. Spoken Marathi also contains many such Sanskrit borrowings. For example, the word for after,
नंतर,
and the word for full or complete.
पूर्ण.
These are everyday words and don't necessarily belong to a formal register like you would expect for Sanskrit loanwords. Well, that's the end of today's Mystery Languages video. I hope you had fun guessing, and I hope that you learned something new. Be sure to follow LangFocus on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. And once again, thank you to all of my wonderful Patreon supporters, especially these ones on the screen. They are my top-tier Patreon supporters, so many, many thanks to them. And to you, thank you for watching and have a nice day.